I've been slacking on putting up reviews lately, so let's fix that and do a couple today. Start with, since Father's Day just passed, my dad's favorite genre, westerns, and I don't think I've reviewed any westerns yet, from 1988, starring Willie Nelson. This is Where the Hell's That Gold? The movie begins with a series of conversations between two men, Cross and Boone, played by Willie Nelson and Jack Allen.
Thanks I get working to keep you alive.
Having you work for me is like losing two good men.
You didn't think so that night them four drunks jumped you in Del Rio, huh?
Two of them were women. You're two.
Well, it was dark. How could I tell?
After you shot out the lights.
I was trying to help.
Help hell, you burned down the whole saloon.
Stop the fight.
And then they chased us for 2 days.
Didn't catch us.
If they had, I'd still be in jail. General, we don't have a choice.
Chance is what we haven't got. Not one in hell.
All they want us to do is
Take a trainload of dynamite back across the Sierra Madres, run the rebel lines, fight off the White Mountain Apaches, and hand the train over to the federal garrison in Chihuahua. Why us?
They've known each other for a long time, since the Civil War when they fought for the Confederacy, and while waiting for the heat to die down on $500,000 they stole, being chased by Wells Fargo, they're captured by the Federales and forced to work for them or face the firing squad.
You know, Cross, I got to thinking. You and me, we could be any place we wanted to be. And here we are running wild in Mexico, and I wouldn't have it no other way. Either would you. Now, why is that?
Well, I guess it just goes to prove that a man ought to be free to run and jump or do any damn thing he wants to do in this life.
During a storm, they find a boxcar on the tracks, blocking the tracks, that contains prostitutes, led by Delta Burke.
I'm Germany. Stage name, but it stuck. That there's Lily, Pearl, Brandy, Durango, and Jesse.
People in this movie have really bad taste.
Much obliged.
Don't mention it, especially to your wife.
There you go again.
He's cute. You don't think very much of women, do you?
The hell I don't. I just don't trust them.
But you've had your share.
Enough to know a good one when I see one.
Me?
That's right. And on top of that, you're the best all-over good-looking woman I ever laid eyes on.
In what world is Jack Allen cute and Delta Burke is the best looking woman in the world? Is this like an alternate universe? Am I watching a sci-fi movie and don't know it? Anyways, we run into the Wells Fargo people and some banditos.
What happens if those two don't make it back to Texas?
Well, Wells Fargo will be out to $500,000 in gold they stole, and we'll be out of a job.
Well, then why don't we just go down there and jump them and drag them back?
You want to be buried in Mexico?
No, sir.
Neither do I.
Can see you join the army.
You might say that.
We haven't made up our minds which side we're on. The Federales, they want us to be soldiers for them. But they have chased us and shot us for so long, we don't think we trust them. And the same with the others. So we have decided to stay in the middle, be friends to everyone.
The Wells Fargo people save them from the banditos. Everyone flees, and they're back on the mission. But now, how are we going to get past the checkpoint? We're on a train, we can't go around. We're on the tracks, they know where we are. So, let's pose as pimps. Yes, their plan is to dress the prostitutes up as prostitutes and just mosey on through. I'm pretty sure these people would be working for the TSA now. I'm also not sure they were actually supposed to be prostitutes. I guess they were supposed to be dancers. But they sure tend to act like prostitutes throughout the movie. I don't know. Maybe they're just flirting. They're used to flirting for tips. But I do know that the banditos are back. and their leader is very upset because there's a bounty on his head, but the bounty is only 10 pesos, when leaders that haven't killed nearly as many innocent men as him have pesos of 10,000 pesos.
Because of this terrible insult to your leader, I have decided that we are no longer in the middle in this war. From this day on, we are rebels. Anyone who disagrees with my decision will be shot. And from now on, I will be called General. ¡Viva la revolución! ¡Viva la revolución! ¡Viva mí!
They're forced to team up with the Wells Fargo people to fight the banditos some more, and there's Apaches in there killing people too, and all sorts of craziness going on, but most of it's going on off screen, sadly. It's an okay movie, but it's a little too goofy to be taken as a serious Western and not goofy enough to laugh at and really enjoy. It's kind of in that middle ground where they just didn't go far enough. It has some good actors, and the plot's basically the same as Thunderbolt and Lightfoot that I reviewed a couple months ago, but it's, I don't know, it didn't grab me. It didn't go far enough to be zany, and it's a little too goofy to be a serious movie. So it just ends up in that middle region. It's a not bad movie, but nothing really worth watching again. But in what world is Delta Burke the best looking woman you've ever seen? I left the house at 3 in the morning and go to Walmart, and I saw 2 cashiers better looking than her. Anyways, thank you for watching, and as always, I shall try to do better next time. Here is your random scene from the movie.
Why it is that a man can always beat a dog at poker?
No, sir.
Dog gets a good hand, he always wags his tail.
Hilarious. Here's the dancing I promised you.